Today's Kingstonist News is brought to you by Kingston Community Credit Union, Kingston's only local credit union serving Kingstonians for over 65 years. KCCU, your community, your credit union. I'm Sarah Burtch with Kingstonist News, and here are your top headlines today, July 15th, 2025. On the morning of Monday, July 14th, Kingston Police issued a release advising of a woman who was wanted in connection with an incident that occurred last Friday. Officers responded to a housing complex on Montreal Street around 6:45 p.m. because a resident contacting police had advised them that there was a woman on the property screaming while trying to take their children. The woman was only charged with one count of assault, indicating that investigators do not believe the woman was actually trying to abduct any children. The OPP have issued a safety reminder on marine incidents to the public on the same day that members of the LNA County Detachment of the OPP laid charges on a boater after a passenger fell overboard and did not resurface. The incident in question occurred at approximately 7:45 a.m. on Saturday, July 12th at West Lumcombe Lake in the township of Addington Highlands. Later that day at approximately 8 p.m., the body of a deceased 22-year-old male from Toronto was recovered. As a result of the investigation, Dawson Lowes, a 21-year-old male from Toronto, was arrested and charged. In the early morning hours of Saturday, July 12th, Kingston Fire and Rescue crews responded to a fire that broke out at Kingston Penitentiary. The cause of the fire remains under investigation at this time, but the damage estimates are approximately $50,000 to $100,000. On the morning of Friday, July 4th, a handful of Kingston residents took to social media to alert their neighbors that the tires on multiple vehicles had been slashed overnight in the area of Thomas Street and just east of Stephen Street. Around a dozen vehicles had at least one tire slashed, and some vehicles had multiple tires slashed. Kingston Police are seeking public assistance in relation to this incident, and anyone with information or footage is asked to contact Constable Amy Carter at acarter@kingstonpolice.ca. A local 36-year-old individual has been arrested and charged after Kingston Police observed them operating an unplated motorcycle on the weekend. Officers conducted a traffic stop and determined that the individual operating the motorcycle was a suspended driver. Upon physical examination of the motorcycle, officers realized that the key ignition had been punched and a portion of the VIN had been scratched off, rendering it unreadable. Kingston Police said that approximately 11:45 a.m. on Sunday, July 13th, they received reports of a vehicle being driven erratically in the area. The vehicle, which also had a trailer attached to it, had been reported to have been driving at high rates of speed, making improper turns, and driving and striking into another vehicle. The 68-year-old driver of the vehicle was arrested and charged. To learn more about these stories and other local news, visit kingstonist.com. While you're there, use my code SARAHB2025 for 10% off.